every moment. There's some feeling, some thought, some image that is passing by. Most important is to let go of interest in the life of the so-called person. Nothing about this personal identity matters. Whether personal identity succeeds or fails, it's okay or not okay, it doesn't matter. What matters is who am I? That is experiencing this changeful phenomenon of person within myself. Because that is the one Baba is interested in. That one is me. What is my sense of I? Just see, even in this moment, first bring the attention to the ever-changing sensations of the body. You can either pick just one part of the body or the outline of the whole body. Do you experience the sensations changing, moving? Are you in these sensations? You, the point, the light? Are you in these sensations? It's as though Baba is showing this living light. Know yourself separate from this changing phenomenon of bodily sensations. Can you sense your separation from this changing bodily sensations? And you are a living light. You come and wear this clothing. Just see for a moment the point of light that I am, that you are, separate from these bodily sensations. Soul and Baba together. And now, just for a moment, as though you take this bodily clothing off, just a point of light and a bundle of sensations. And if this is seen clearly, body cannot bind the soul. Similarly, there is a bundle of thoughts and emotions. Peace is not an emotion. Peace is you. Just like fire is hot, fire cannot be separated from heat. So is peace, is silence. Peace and self cannot be separated. It's not a passing emotion. Because I am peace, I am silence, sound can appear. Words can manifest. If this is seen clearly, then bundle of ever-changing thoughts and emotions cannot bind the soul. I am that awareness within which both these ever-changing experiences of mind and body are constantly arising and subsiding. And I, the being, experience all the change. Whilst I remain unchanged. If this is seen clearly, an experience of freedom liberation in life is now. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. This is Murli of 17/11/69. Someone has recommended this Murli. Methods to go from the ground to the sky. Methods to go from the ground to the sky. Why have you come to this bhakti? In order to practice remaining bodiless whilst being in the body. In order to practice remaining bodiless whilst being in the body. Child, you should have this stage from the moment that you put your foot here, means in Madhuban. You need to have practice and attention in order to fulfill the aim that you keep. Bap Dada calls each of you to do something new. You have been specially called here to make them come down the wrong ladder of the household that they have set up. It's like for those souls who are playing half Kumar parts, which means they're married and then now practicing purity in relationship. So Baba is saying it's for those, and it could apply to any soul playing the part of half Kumari also, right? And having come down the wrong ladder, what do you have to climb? From the earth to the sky, and then from sky to the earth. You have been called here to make you ignorant of the little knowledge of the wrong ladder that still remains, and to give you the recognition of the true knowledge, and to make you the embodiment of knowledge. So first, you have to come down, and then you have to climb up. Not until you have completely come down are you able to climb up. Are you ready to make yourself come down in all aspects? You have to come down such a big ladder. According to the effort you have made up to now, do you think that you have completely come down the ladder? Or are you still coming down? When you have descended it completely, you will not take long to climb up. It's a very different perspective Baba is giving here. Baba is making sure you come down fully, and now you can now go back up. Huh? Are you okay with that? So, however, whilst coming down, you stop somewhere. Good that we are okay with that. Very corporeal examples from Baba. Yeah. So you have to completely come down the wrong ladder that you have been climbing in 63 parts. Then you also have to climb up. Is it easy to come down or to go up? Is the effort you're making at present to come down and then go up, or is it just to go up? You are doing both tasks, are you not? Do you know, child, which is the last rung you have to come down? To renounce the awareness of your body. When you remove the clothes from your body, you remove them so easily. In the same way, you should be able to easily remove the costume of this body and also be able to adopt it easily at the right time. And you know, one of the easiest things, as we did in meditation, to really take off the costume of this body that the soul is wearing. One finds the easiest way is observing the sensations of the body.
It's really amazing results. You just get out, seeing the bodies, you get out of the body.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And also observe the, what I remember, the clinginess and I'm craving and that of the body sensations. Like you
Yeah.
like sensations, like the bodiless sensation.
Yeah. It is like the light that I am can experience the sensations of the body completely separate from me. This tight body that we are wearing as me and I, it really starts to loosen up.
But it's hard to practice this while motion. Like sitting down, you find it easier.
Yeah. But if you are in motion, you begin, when you're really doing this practice properly, you start knowing. You're not experiencing your stillness, but you're experiencing the sensations that are changing of the body very clearly. Somebody has said, Sachin Bhai taught this in Bhatti. Okay, that's very good. He did.
Just a lot scanning.
Sorry?
He teaches this a lot, in Sakshi Drishta.
Ah, okay. All right. It's very useful that sensations of the body are seen separate from you. Then you will know your stillness only because you're experiencing the change of bodily sensations.
But yeah, again, the same question is when you're moving around, the sensations are not noticeable.
The sensations are not, but you know that you're not the movement of the body. Because you now know that the stillness is who you are from the experience of the change of sensations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is how you know you are stillness. And although the movement of the body is there, it's a costume that you've experienced in meditation separate from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very useful. Remove layers of body and see light and bundle of sensation. But if no body, there should be no sensations. Please explain. Yeah. The soul is wearing this body, which is, see, again, Rini, or this body wearing this costume, right? Now, this costume has no sensations, does it? No. This costume is just a simple cotton clothing, right? Just a simple cotton clothing. Yeah? There is really no difference between peace, silence, but stillness is separate. Yeah? Peace and silence are synonymous. Peace and silence, somebody's question is, could you please explain difference between peace, silence, and stillness? Peace and silence is not an emotion. We will look at that later, okay? Let's first finish the body part, okay? And then we look at that question. It's a good question. All questions are good, but it's an important question right now. So the soul is really first knowing I am this light and I'm experiencing in meditation. When you sit, you will experience the sensations changing in the body. Yeah. I'm not talking about the light of the body matter, but I'm talking about sensations of the body. And more you, the soul, experience the body sensations, you really start to notice your own stillness. There's no other way to notice your stillness. You really begin to see and you really begin to feel body as a costume separate from you, the light. Then you really start experiencing this changeful phenomenon of the 3D costume of your body. And then now you know it, later you will see, then the question comes, then you will see how the mind's emotions are impacting the sensations of the body. Yeah?
Do you also watch the mind in this or just the sensations?
So first the sensations, and then you start noticing how the emotions that just come up from the subconscious mind to your conscious level, you're seeing that how if there's a sudden subtle feeling of spontaneous fear that comes up, and I can start sensing my heartbeat against my, I can start feeling my heartbeat against my chest. It's like you, the being, can experience it. And you really see, oh, it's part of the costume that is happening. And it's just a 3D costume of mind, body you're wearing. And you, the soul, is just a light. Like just today, this one was walking up and down the stairs. And then I made this body lie down. And I could sense the breathing is heavy, and I the light am with Baba, and I'm sensing how my body's breathing is, heart is beating fast, and I'm seeing this whole body and the breathing process and everything as so separate as a costume for the soul. It's just a costume. So like, oh, I am. No, not I am. It's my body, and it's how it's functioning, but how I am so separate from it. So my body is, I can see feeling that tiredness, that heavy, breathing going up and down the stairs. I could feel and sense it, but very separate from the light that I am. Yeah.
ओम शांति दीदी।
Yes.
बोले देवाश्री, आप बोल दीजिए फिर मैं पूछती हूँ।
ओम शांति।
Om
कुछ दिनों पहले ऐसे ही हुआ था, घर की आत्मा ऐसे पेट नेम से, जो निक नेम से बुलाए, अरे बाबा के साथ थे तो इतना प्यार से बुलाए, और 2-3 साल बाद वो आवाज कान में गूंजे और पुरानी स्मृति एकदम से, और बॉडी का एक सेंसेशन तुरंत, एक तरंगे अलग ही। तो मन में आया, मन क्या सोचा वो देखा नहीं, बस शरीर का जो हलचल सेंसेशन एकदम पैर से ऊपर तक, उस पुरानी जो स्टोरी, जो बुला रहे कोई प्यार से, तो बाबा के साथ वो भी देखा साक्षी होकर। तो कैसे कैसे आते हैं तरंग,
बिल्कुल
लेकिन बिल्कुल अलग अलग दिखाई दिया, ये
अलग।
हो ही नहीं।
बिल्कुल
वो सेकंड में एकदम शांत हो गया, मतलब पानी नहीं पड़ा बिल्कुल।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। And this is very useful to see कि कैसे emotions are impacting your body and its sensations and how you're so separate. You're just a light. हाँ जी, बोलें सोनाली।
Didi, in you are saying that you can see emotions and sensations. With the practice, it is being quite obvious. But like today in meditation, you told that when you remove the layers of body, then you are the point of light and bundle of sensations. So when there is no body, will there be sensations?
So we
Was
did,
the question.
maybe it was misheard. Maybe hear it
Okay.
again. It is if you are a point of light, you will see the bundle of sensations of the body as an experience within you, the soul.
Okay.
Right? And something very similar with the sensations of the changing emotions of the mind, which are impacting the body constantly. Mind is constantly creating different variety of sensations in the body.
Yeah.
Right? And you
That's
will
true.
yeah, and you will be able to see and experience that experience. You, the soul, you, the light, will be able to experience that bundle of sensations of the mind also, separate from you. More you know yourself as the being of light that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not that you are sensations, but you are experiencing sensations. Maybe hear the commentary again. I don't know. That may help.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So this is why it's very useful practice for this one, yeah? So that's where this one is sharing. Some of you still have to learn this practice fully to be able to adopt that, to remove this costume of this body. Yeah? Why are some of you not able to break your body consciousness? Why does the costume of the body not come off easily? Yeah? Those who have tight clothes are not able to take them off. Now, Baba here is talking about the costume of sanskars, which is in the mind. Yeah, this is what Baba has been telling us every day. So firstly, it is the bundle of sensations, that is the body. And then attached to it is the story of sanskars. These are all sanskars, different masks. Yeah. So Baba is saying that those who have tight clothes are not able to take them off. This is the same. If this costume, which is the body, is stuck, please underline and listen to this very carefully. If this costume, which is the body, is stuck to any sanskar, to any story in the mind, to any thought, to any feeling or bundle of sensations in the mind. That is, to any sanskar. That is, if it is tight, it does not come off. So let's say sanskar of disheartenment, sanskar of fear, sanskar of self-doubt, sanskar of boredom, sanskar of what else?
Tired, lazy.
Lazy, tiredness.
Yeah, boredom is a big one.
Yeah, boredom is a very big one. We had the whole discussion in the morning in the our morning Hindi class. Resentment. What else? Irritation. Impatience. Very big one also.
Expectation with self.
Blaming others. Sorry?
Expectation from self.
All these sanskars are there. Soul is wearing each costume so tightly. This is the soul that I am. Firstly, I'm wearing the body. Then along with the body, Baba said, is stuck a sanskar. And how do you wear it tightly?
By saying I am.
Sorry, I am this sanskar. I am disheartened. I am feeling doubt. I am confused. I am feeling irritated. I am not feeling Baba. I am feeling ordinary. I am this and I am that. I'm wearing that dress too tightly now. Because every thought is representing itself in the form of words in the mind. And then it impacts the body immediately. The impact of every sanskar is a first companion for these sanskars is the body.
So instead, do we replace it with another Baba Sanskar?
No, no replacement therapy.
No, means instead of using, because that sanskar come as a thought in the mind, the good sanskar, and then the bad sanskar, the one you don't own. But then the natural nature of the soul is being like Baba and his sanskar.
Yeah.
And instead of when both comes up and you choose not to use that sanskar in action and put the other in action, isn't that replacement?
So the soul that is really awake does not need to choose. The soul is this light that I am, and I'm seeing this whole dynamics of body, mind, play.
Yeah, but
First, I know I, the being, am completely beyond this game. This is where first soul needs to. Otherwise, what is happening? There is another sanskara which does not like this tight dress of body and mind. That one starts to take over. That is also my identity as a self-image. I need to replace its feeling very uncomfortable. I need to get rid of it and change this sanskara and be more comfortable in another dress. So if the sanskara of disheartenment is coming, what has happened is soul may have taken off this sanskara and this sanskara, but soul is still wearing this sanskara of, I don't like feeling disheartened. Yeah. So soul is still wearing this sanskar. And if I'm wearing this sanskar of not liking disheartenment, then this sanskara is still my dress, which is trying to wear God's sanskara on top of this dress. Soul can't. Soul has to be really naked soul before it does anything. And that is why the answer is that I, the being, am not an emotion. Peace is not an emotion. Silence is not an emotion. Love is not an emotion. Joy is not an emotion. Happiness is not an emotional happiness. That is excitement, misinterpreted as happiness. Another sanskara. These are the positive, so-called very good sanskaras. Sanskara, I want to get rid of this sanskara. So because it's all associated with the body, these sanskaras, as Baba said very clearly, if this costume, which is the body, is stuck to any sanskar, body and sanskar are two different costumes. Baba is saying it very clearly. So when the soul is truly experiencing its naked self, the being will really see all of this as simply part of the body-mind game. First, I need to know I am none of this. I am just a pure, silent being. Now, from there, in a very natural way, this being of light will automatically use Baba Sanskar. Choicelessly. I can't choose. I can only function from choicelessness. Choosing happens as this identity.
But then he also uses the word in Hindi, it's parivartan, change.
Transcendence is the better word. Transcendence. You can transcend. You can't transform. Why not? Because they all exist eternally. Isn't it? Can you finish it? No. But can you merge it? Yes. Through knowing that you are totally beyond it all. This is being beyond means. Being beyond is not I'm somewhere in the home of light. And running away, running away from this. So what one has seen in practice also, like especially when doing all the mundane tasks of the everyday life, when you don't have to think much, right? And when you are not verbally in action, you're silent with your mouth, especially, yeah? One has seen it's like I and Baba together, then there is a layer of the world of sanskars, and then there's a world of my bodily sensations, which is to do also, and I can see things in front of my eyes also, right? But because my interest, I know that I am this living light and I have these two costumes that I am always wearing tightly. If I'm aware of them, they are not worn tightly. So kind of paying attention, like when I'm doing my work, I will see, is there any particular image or a thought coming in between? Because if I am not at a distance from those image and those thoughts, whilst I'm moving my body, I don't even know I'm one with them. Mind and soul is one. And then the task is being performed with the body. So it's actually the soul wearing certain mask of certain sanskara and then performing an action. You know? But if you are at a distance from that images and the stories playing in the mind, so I and Baba, the living light, I can see there's certain image that comes on the TV of the mind, is certain feeling, certain sanskara that comes. Acha, jaldi jaldi kar kaam khatam karna, and I can see, I the soul can see this thought coming up with Baba. So then that thought is not driving the action unknowingly or unconsciously because you are at a distance from it. Otherwise, who's driving the action? Soul wearing the mask of jaldi jaldi kaam khatam kar. And I am one with that sanskara. I don't even realize because I have become that sanskara tight costume and it's attached to the body also. Now, who's in action? It is the soul, but totally asleep under the hypnosis of this one particular thought.
Yeah.
Finish the work quickly, finish the work quickly. And I become one with that thought and I'm using the body. And that is why Baba says, be with me. Because then that creates a distance between that thought may come up, that old habit may come up, that old thought feeling may come up. But I and Baba are together and I can see with Baba, these thoughts are not driving the body anymore. But I, the light, Baba, the light, using the costume of the body, yes, that is happening. This is being karmatit. This is being karmatit. You're performing actions, but you have no identification because the moment I'm wearing this jaldi kar, this identity is activated. This is a thought identity activated. And this thought, ego identity thought, is driving the body. Because soul is wearing that mask. Does that make sense?
Sister, ये last वाला point एक बार वापस से repeat कीजिए थोड़ा सा for more clarification. So because we are becoming one with the thought, right? And we are getting that identification. That's why
the soul.
Okay.
And that is why the one that is driving the body and the mind and the action is this particular mask identity at that time. This is why attention. First, I am light combined with Baba, then I am able to see this particular emotion, feeling, thought separate from me. Only then I am coming into action using the body. That is why attention can only be on you, who you are. You can't be extroverted. You can't afford to be extroverted. You
Sister,
can't.
if so this one had met somebody this afternoon, and while talking, feeling that there was an emotion coming in, right? So it was in the voice. Like this one, remember it that at that time that was happening, this one was seeing that that is coming in. But what this one felt, ki wo emotions mein, like that flowing through, right? Like, but at the same time, this one was observing also कि वो जा रहा है उधर उस direction में it's going there. So वो I think body language में somehow कहीं दिख रहा होगा कुछ. The other person was like, oh, you need to take a deep breath or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that is not soul consciousness. Even if it was observing and this one knows about it, it's not soul consciousness.
No, it is subtly there. There's subtle, but who am I that is observing that emotion? Then that emotion you can see from a distance, then it won't come into action. But if you are still seeing and it's still coming into action, but you're somewhere aware of it, very, even in a very, not maybe 100%, but even if 50% you are aware, it is somewhere you are conscious, but still identified somewhat.
Yeah, otherwise वो body language में और voice में और उसमें नहीं आता था.
बिल्कुल. Yeah, but somehow you're still aware to some extent. That is why you're seeing this emotion is, so some mask is still there. Some identity with that emotion, and then that emotion is seen with the third mask. Yeah, so maybe this last mask is still worn, and this mask is seeing this mask. Yeah, but soul has really come back to the truth of knowing that I am this naked being. I am the one who's wearing all these masks. This tiny point, all these masks I am wearing.
in the beginning of the class, we were having this discussion. Sister Pooja was talking about, removing the layers and
We can't
I don't know,
remove.
there was this thought coming up at the time. I don't know, it was like feeling like, one side Baba says, you are that, you are soul, right? And other side, like we are talking as a students in the class, we are saying, oh, we need to experience that. And, that the
You're
mind
getting
was,
stuck. That is where we're getting stuck. You can't experience who you are. You can only know who you are. But you can experience all these masks. Yeah.
you can observe it when you say experience. Yeah, that is also experience. Observing is also an kind of knowing. And
You are stillness and silence. That is not an emotion.
Hmm.
Yeah. Peace is not an emotion. Yeah. Somebody had asked that question earlier.
Yeah,
Peace
yeah.
is not an emotion.
If
And
that is not an emotion, then what we are going to call that? It's truth.
yeah, it's the nature of the soul. It's like fire and heat,
Hmm.
right? That's the nature of fire is heat.
Yeah,
Nature of soul is silence.
got it.
You can't separate them.
Hmm.
But that temporary peace coming up is an emotional experience, which we call peace. Our language is all twisted. It's not peace. It's just a temporary reflection of the soul's beauty in the mind. This is whole thing is mind, no? This whole thing is mind. This whole different masks that you're seeing is the
Yeah.
mind. Yeah. So sometimes mind may reflect your beauty when all these layers are calmed down for some time. Automatically it happens when you know your truth. Mind settles down for some time. And then it can reflect your peace. So maybe you can see your peace sometimes in the mind experiencing your peace for brief moments in time. So in that sense, you are experiencing your peace in the mind's eye, but it's very temporary. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because you are embodiment of peace, your mind is beginning to absorb that truth of yours bit by bit by bit by bit. Yeah. And more the mind is beginning to reflect more and more of your truth that you are. All these layers of mind eventually calm down and you are out of the body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But whilst that whole thing is taking place, you are forever this. This is the entire attention that you are paying. Whether mind is reflecting your peace or it's reflecting something, some another image of the mind identity, doesn't matter. I am forever this peace and silence. So these emotions, as you said, are coming up, right? And you, the soul, if it's not really at a distance from them, then you are coming into action with them as them, right?
Yeah, sister.
Yeah. Then the other will say, you need to calm down, take a break. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is why create a distance between you, the soul, and all the masks that are constantly playing on the screen of your mind. This is so important. That's what Baba is saying. If this costume, which is the body, is stuck to any sanskara, that is, if it is tight, it does not come off. Otherwise, it is easy to come down and go up. The reason that it's not easy to go up is because you're wearing it too tight. That is, to shed the costume and to wear it again is very easy, just as it is easy to take off and put on physical clothes. You have to see which sanskara the costume of the body is attached to. Which sanskara, the costume of the body? This is extremely beautiful, Murli. Which sanskara, the costume of the body, is attached to? When you become detached from all sanskaras, your stage will become unique. Detached from all sanskaras.
So even to identify which sanskara I'm attached to,
Yeah.
that will be the same as owning it, right? So
You're
but
owning
you have to know it.
Sorry?
But you have to know it, like which sanskara you are attached to.
And Baba is saying it's going to reflect in your body also. So you're going to feel these feelings in your body.
So you have to know where, like he says, your weaknesses.
Yeah. I mean, not weakness, but where are you, the soul, attached to the sanskara, which is attached to your body?
But at the same time, not
But
saying
at the same time, you know you are this light, which
Yeah.
is completely separate from this body-mind dynamics. This is being beyond sound. Means. Now, what else is attached to the body? Sound, voice, words, thoughts. How do thoughts show up? In the form of words in your mind, na? Some words will play out on the computer of the mind. There's a certain meaning and a sensation and a feeling attached to every word your mind is bringing up on the screen. Isn't it? So have you experienced ordinariness? It's not coming as I am ordinary words. Now that is coming in feeling. That's a samskara, which is the deepest samskara, holding the soul into being a person. Being someone and being somebody. So how do I, through the day, I would say at Amrit Vela, do watch the sensations of the body separate from you and see how you, the light, is so separate from the sensations of the body, and how you, the light, is so separate from the sanskaras which are appearing in the form of thoughts and words and emotions in your mind. Only and only then all of this that Baba talks about every day is possible.
Do it at Amrit Vela.
Amrit Vela, start then, and through the day when we sit 20 minutes morning and evening, even then.
Yeah, this one is to do, but yeah, to regularly do it. Yeah.
Consistency, yeah. Yeah. So this is why Bap Dada explains many times, remain easy in everything. Remain easy in everything. When you remain easy, you the light, remain easy in everything. All tasks become easy. Don't wear this costume of I have to do this work too tightly. It's another sanskara. I have to do this. I have so much work left to do.
And that's why today Baba give them today Avyakt signal was beautiful today according to this point. So
What
have this Avyakt signal was let me read it. So beautiful today. Sister. Yeah. While looking after your household and doing service, always remain beyond. Remember, it is not your service, but the Father has given it to you, and you will remain free from bondage. It is not my household. I am a trustee. I am free from bondage. Practice this, become free from the strings of subtle attachment, become a destroyer of attachment and embodiment of remembrance.
Yeah. And how is that possible practically? By knowing.
By knowing.
Experience.
That's exactly, you said that just remove whatever the sanskara we putting on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And labeling each sanskara is labeled by this and that.
Because I am doing is automatically present even without a thought, this sanskar. I am doing this. I'm not saying, my mind is not speaking it anymore. It's just there. Just there. That feeling is just there. You don't need anything. It's not a thought.
Like same thing, awareness is there. I'm a doer. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
Not even recalling myself. Rupa is doing, but it's
No,
naturally awareness is there.
yeah. I'm doing is there in a natural way. Now, that is why the soul needs to be as a living point of seed, living seed, separate from the tree in the mind, separate from that. Then only it's possible for the soul to really be what Baba is saying.
But sister, like what Sister Pooja was saying, right? I kind of like thinking that same way. When you're silent, you can see those. But when you are in action, that's when like the attention, I don't know, this one feels like slow down. Like when you say, then you can probably, but when you are talking or doing actions, then it becomes like that attention is not there.
Yeah,
Yes.
attention is not there. The soul's attention is on the outside, extroverted thing.
Baba gave the answer of today's Murli, this too. Baba says, whatever the someone insult you, defame you, means you are in the action. Someone is talking, you hearing. So go silent and just be who you are, egoless. Baba says, be egoless.
Yeah.
It means you complete detached, not identify with scene who is insulting me or who is receiving the insult of someone's.
And
Because
even not just the scene, even your mind's reactions, right?
That will require practice, right? Like more silence, more solitude. When you sit with Baba and you see how mind is.
That requires you to sit with yourself, with Baba, as a living being of light. Nothing more than that. But, as Baba said in the very first line, bodiless whilst in the body, which means like, for instance, like I was communicating someone, the daughter part, the soul playing the daughter part. And I could see today some costume, and I'm sitting with Baba whilst we are conversing, and I could see certain sense of irritation costume coming up. Huh? Irritation costume coming up. But either being because I'm with Baba, I can see that's just an old costume that is showing up. I don't have to wear it.
Sister, do you by any chance have like more slides on this, like any previous lecture? Or
It's not a
can we?
slide. It is your attention that can only do the thing. Don't try to get it from outside. It is your attention and interest.
Nee, the feeling here is like want to go deep, but
No,
it's not coming up.
not
That's
going deep, it's just knowing. That is where the blockage is now, no? This is, I mean, this to me is very, very clear. This is me, and these are the difference and scars in my mind. These are the different layers, mask upon mask upon mask.
so this should be the practice in Amrit Vela too, right? In that case, like
Word practice is very, very deceptive. If it's taking you to practice lessness, it's fine. It's not a practice, it's an attention.
yeah, awareness.
Yeah, it's an attention of the awareness that I am. I, the being, my attention is on these sanskaras, then I will be wearing one or the other mask. But either being when my attention is on Baba, then with him I can see all these masks separate from me and I will never wear them.
There are times when this one is sitting, trying to sit in meditation or sitting with Baba early in the morning. Mind keeps on chattering. कुछ करने को नहीं है. ये क्या है? Bore हो रहा है. Then he'll start seeing all the room stuff. He's like, ये यहाँ क्यों पड़ा है? And all that stuff. And this one is like,
very good.
why is this happening?
No. But now see, why is this is again? Some mask here, spiritual mask, is trying to judge the other mask. Right? Whereas a soul that is naked completely beyond all of it can see that. Complaining. Spiritual mask complaining about another mask. कुछ करने को नहीं है, ये क्या है, boring है.
Yeah.
This is the mask that is complaining about the other mask. True?
Yeah. और देन उसके बाद कुछ नहीं मिलेगा तो रूम में ये बुक यहाँ पड़ी है, ये यहाँ क्यों है? ये तो आके नहीं रखा, टेबल भरी हुई है. All those, you're like seeing all the mind chattering. Like,
so instead of just being lost and immersed in your mind's chatter, turn your attention, you the soul, knowing I am that silence inside of me. All these things are happening. I turn my attention towards Baba.
yeah.
Don't try to fix the mind at that time. You can't. You just can't tame the wild horse. You just know that you are separate from the wild horse. You're the one riding the wild horse. You need to know that first. So that's why Baba is saying that when you make yourself tight, there is tightness in the task also. I have to do this. There's nothing to do. What do I do sitting here? What to do? Okay, mind will like, acha, yahan pe nuks nikal, yahan pe nuks nikal. Find problems here. Something to solve. I have a problem solving addiction. I have to solve a problem.
वो भी ठीक है. अभी अमृत वेला में उठ के ये क्या कर रहे हो? ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा कि अमृत
वेला उठ के ये क्या कर रहे हो?
टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो. अमृत वेला में बाबा के साथ बैठो, टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो.
All of this is one thought after another, one sanskar after another, speaking, doing ki kitni habit hai. You know, accomplishment itself is an addiction. As though while sitting, I have to be able to accomplish peace. It's such a big addiction. It comes even in spiritual aspect of, I have to be peace. I have to become peaceful. I have to accomplish this.
And especially, and this is really spiritually ego or subtle, we can say these are the deceived by those subtle Maya, especially when this one is practicing, okay, be detached from all whatever the thoughts comes, you detach from this one. And as soon as, especially at the center, you see someone, especially the seniors, especially those are involved in such a good practice, and they involved in those things, automatically instantly judgment comes.
And the judgment is also,
how come they are doing this way here, Baba T, and then correlating with the Baba's knowledge. Oh, today Baba says, be a solution, be embodiment of solution, rather than you just expansion of the question and this. And same day these things happen, automatically just compare and contrast start.
And that is where Baba is saying that you have to really separate yourself from even the judgment mask, sanskara that is in the soul very deeply.
Especially at the center, this just like is mind
Center is where you're
completely.
seeing it, but it's actually
Exactly.
there every moment.
Yeah. Even there is a no judgment with a low-cake or friend or everything. They do just like don't care whatever they do. But over there, just like caring come. Why this happening?
Exactly. And that is why we the souls are seeing are constantly they are coming up. If you, the soul that is being with Baba, means this. Detach from these sanskars. Don't be so one with them as you. And why Baba is saying they're attached to your body? Because you're feeling them in your body, and that is why the whole experience feels real.
I think at the center, same here, Sister Rupa, there's an expectation for them to be in a certain way.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Yeah.
expectation, but automatically, sister, is just like old habit, sanskar of just
In the
like
mind.
old nature.
Exactly. The
They
mind
always
has this old
re-emerge
habit.
again and again.
Yeah. So the mind has this old habit of,
Yes, old habit. It's not the just like want to be perfect. Nobody is, yes, everybody is making effort, is on this knowledge, Baba's knowledge, and everyone is doing best.
yeah.
But yes, just like mind, I was just telling the how the mind play role
Yeah.
on this certain things they see
And that's
immediately
okay.
respond.
And that's okay. When the mind is reacting also, that is where the whole practice for us beings is that you, the soul, separate from that judgment. But that judgment feels like me. And then I'm feeling heavy and not good.
No,
That,
no, that's now, sister. Now is so much less. I think so 20% left.
Mhm.
Initially was very heavy, just like feeling heaviness. And it's making me to detach, not to attach with the center, just run away from the center.
No,
That
not
was a
run away.
feeling.
Okay.
Initially that was a very
Okay.
heavy feeling, but now is
Yeah.
no, it's now is complete detached. Whatever, just like last Sunday happened, okay, a long discussion about the how to organize the things, and that even it's 5 minutes work, but it goes with more than 1 hour. Yeah,
Mhm.
judgment came. It's a simple task. We spend more than 1 hour rather than we spend 5 minutes, but
Mhm.
then it's still perfect drama. Yes, the now, but it's just like internally little there. Is it soul is checking the perfect drama and complete detached? His mind is it now entangled with these thoughts? Who is observing? Is the mind is observing? Is the soul is observing?
Even that thought can be seen by the,
Yeah.
even that thought is seen by the soul, because that is a confusing mask. That's a mask of confusion. Don't wear it. That too is seen by you. The word
Even
you,
though they're not wearing, but somewhere sister is just like
yeah, it's the,
association with they're just like even yeah, not wearing, but subtly is just like
wearing.
association is
It
there.
is wearing. It is associated. That is why it is associated. It is still wearing that mask of confusion.
Even there is a no thought, but feelings is there.
Yeah, it may not be in words. It may not be in a thought form. It's just a smriti form. It's there.
Yes, exactly.
And that's okay. Even that is seen by you. Even that is seen by you.
And that time is just like is unable to accept it, is I the soul is experiencing. Is somewhere just like mind is just holding, no, I'm the experiencer now.
Exactly. And the soul has to see all of this separate from itself. That's why I can only be just a living light. And within me, all these experiences are taking place. But I'm none of that. Only then it's possible what Baba is saying. Being bodiless whilst in the body. Otherwise, there's too many strong sanskaras of righteousness. Righteousness, being very righteous person. Very, very strong sanskaras are there. So that's why Baba is saying, when you make yourself tight, there is tightness in the task also. In fact, those who have been engrossed in making effort for all this time should have that detachment in their task anyway. Now in this bhakti, you have to finish the tightness and come down the rungs of the wrong ladder that still remain and also go up in the lift. But what will you have to do in order to sit in the lift? Who can sit in a lift? The souls of the world are the elevated gift for the Father. So in order to go up in the lift, you have to become a gift for the Father. And then also you have to give what you have as a gift. You will have to give a gift as well as become a gift for the Father. For only then can you sit in the lift. How do you become a gift for the Father?
Complete surrendered.
Absolutely. Complete surrender means totally naked being, zero.
Zero, yes. As just like Baba says, today, Murli, in a Lokic world, they donate a lot of wealth and energy, body, but here you have to donate your body, mind, and intellect, sanskar.
Yeah. Yeah. So am I donating them? That is the only checking. Yeah. So which is why you can't wear any feeling anymore. Can't wear any feeling. You can't wear any other smriti, which is not even in a form of a thought anymore. How subtle do you really need to be? Which is why watching bodily sensations is very useful. Very useful.
Sometimes, sister, mind also going against you this point. I mean, I'm not against, it's just like the thought comes not wanting to accept this one. Why sister always says check the sensation? Mind says, why not she's saying just go observe the soul conscious, just be as a soul. Automatically they become merged.
Not at all. The soul has to watch, not Rupa watching bodily
Yeah,
sense.
the soul. Just go the more soul. It just sometimes is just completely so stubborn, not wanting to hear these
That's okay.
words.
That's okay. Each one is different, right? You have to observe your mind. If you feel that you have become so soul conscious that it doesn't matter to you, that's fine. Maybe you don't need it.
No, it's needed, sister. But you see,
But if that's what the mind is saying, and you feel that, yes, I, the soul, don't need it, that's fine. But I personally feel for me, it has been very beneficial.
yeah, no, I'm just saying, sister, please don't mind. I'm just
Why
telling the
would I mind?
minds
That's
how
why
the
I'm
mind
saying
is
it
playing.
depends on each one. If you personally feel that I, the soul, have become so detached from the body, you don't need it.
Not yet, sister.
Then we need it. Whether mind is stubbornly resisting it or not, it doesn't matter. Observe that resistance also separate from you.
And that's what Baba always says in each and every Murlis.
Yeah, there is a lot of resistance because that's where maybe the ego will die.
Yeah, that's why now this one is a big challenge because so much sometimes, it's not always, but sometimes it's just like doesn't want to listen, Maya.
And that is where we need to become detached even from this resistance, because clearly Maya will die in that. And clearly soul is wearing that too tightly. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it will also take off the fear of death away. You will see. Which we souls are wearing so tightly. Okay. So that's why Baba is saying now in the bhakti, you have to finish the tightness. Okay? So you will have to give this gift. A gift is looked after very carefully. A gift is decorated and placed in a showcase. As is the gift, so accordingly, it is placed at the front of the showcase. Each of you must also make yourself into such a gift that you receive a lift and you're also placed in front of everyone in the showcase of the world. So in order to be placed in a showcase in front of everyone, the souls will specially have to pay attention to two things. What is the speciality of anything that is placed in a showcase? One is that it is attractive, and secondly, it is active. So you have to make yourself attractive and also be active. The souls specially have to fill themselves with these two things. If you have both these virtues, then nothing else will remain. In some cases, it is seen that there is a weakness in being active. What will you specially stamp yourself with? You heard these two words, attractive and active. If you stamp yourself with these, your activity will have changed. The more firmly you apply this stamp before you go, the more strongly visible will be the change in your activity. If the stamp is not so firm, then no change will be visible in your activity. You heard that you came to a bhakti means to change both your form and your color. So what are the two things?
So
Attractive.
what does it mean for attractive here?
So who's most attractive? Who's the attractive one for Baba? And what is
Soul.
most attractive for other souls also? Your form of light. Right? Body consciousness is not attractive.
Yeah, that's a gross.
It's not attractive. Neither for the self nor for the others.
Others, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. And so the soul is most attractive. The light, the form of the formless form of who you are, that is most attractive. And when that form of who you are comes into action, active, then Baba is saying, then the stamp is firm, and then visibility of your change will be there in your form, in your face, and your activity both. Yeah?
Read that last one, sister, one more time for us.
The more firmly you apply this stamp before you go, the more strongly visible will be the change in your activity. Then it is a living light coming into action through the body. The layer of I am doing this hidden smriti is not filtering your action. This hidden smriti is there, no? Invisible smriti. And that is coming because the body is not seen separate. The bodily sensations are very intimate for the soul, extremely intimate. Mind and body, both together, then becomes a perfect gift for Maya. Yeah. So I would recommend if anybody is feeling resistance in their mind towards observing the sensations of the body, must sit and observe with Baba and see how that resistance, why does it not want to die? Why? I would personally say, until that is done, it is just intellectual knowledge. If it's not seen together. Because still as that's what Baba said, no, the sanskaras and the body together are holding too tight. Dehbhan and Deh Abhiman, both has to be seen. Yes. Too tight.
Do you still practice that now also, sitting and
Like even if not just Amrit Vela, even through the day, I will observe the sensations of the body with Baba. And that makes me feel, yes, I am of course a form of light. I can't be these bodily sensations. And bodily sensation is not just some random sensations also. Now, then you're also able to observe the emotions reflecting in the sensations of the body. And then those emotions feels very impersonal.
yeah, when this one practiced that 10 days, I've never continued really consistently, but I've done it and it felt like really
Very powerful.
a lot of things coming up.
Yeah, a lot of things come up.
So the first thing at Amrit Vela, this is good to practice, or after Amrit?
Actually, with Amrit Vela, this is what you're doing. Sometimes I, the soul, am observing the sensations, and I'm also seeing the impact of the mind over body. Yeah, because some
Sister, sensation comes after the emotions, right? The emotions comes, then the body start experiencing those emotion through the
it is all
sensations.
already recorded in the body mind. They kind of in conjunction. Na? 63 birth sensations are recorded in the body matter. Samskaras are recorded in the mind of the soul, and then every time you're taking the body based on those sanskars, na?
Yeah, but sister, it comes first level in the thoughts, then it comes in the level of the emotions and feeling,
Even a
then it
baby,
comes in your
even
body
a
level.
baby is experiencing today. Do you know that?
Because the baby is also coming with that
Baby
many.
is coming with those sanskars in the body. It's our last birth, it's not a first birth in copper age. There's a memory in the mind and the muscles of the body also. Do you know? And it's not just of one birth. These are the sanskars of many births, which are reflecting in your last body. Does that make sense? It's not a fresh body that you've got from somewhere. It's a body with sanskaras.
His rotten body.
Exactly. This body is a compilation of 63 birth sanskaras. Yeah, it's not that golden aged body we have here.
So, sister, it's like both these observations are happening simultaneously, no? Like when I, the silent being, this is in that awareness of being a point, then the bodily sensations and the mind, both these things are being observed simultaneously. Is that what you mean you're doing throughout the day? Like
Yeah.
even Amrit Rela and this what you, because what this one in my own experience have felt is without this understanding of I am not even what my mind is speaking or feeling or the emotions, I could never detach from the body.
Mhm.
Till I understood the mind separate from me, it was extremely difficult. No matter how much people would say, observe your sensations, and hota hi nahi tha.
Mhm.
But only through this understanding that every feeling, every emotion, every thought that is carrying, it's all a package. Along with it comes the bodily sensation also. Body sensation is not something that's coming separately.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Can't just do it without this knowledge, right? Without the knowledge of knowing that I'm not my mind. Like we did Vipassana at that time. I was observing the sensations of the body at that time, but there wasn't complete knowledge. True?
mhm,
So, to some extent, it helped, but I can see the power of it now with the
mhm.
complete knowledge.
Exactly. So what even this one feels is that, like Baba first taught this one to separate from the mind, and when that started happening, automatically the body sensations didn't feel like mine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See
And
the
now,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, so like today when we're like reflecting more on this, of course it's making a lot of sense, but what I wanted to know is like since there was a lot of discussion happening on we need to sit and observe the bodily sensations, the question was whether it's just bodily sensations or whether it's happening together.
It's
Because this
all,
one can never just sit and observe bodily sensations. वो कभी नहीं हो पाया इससे, you
ha.
know. So
Nahin, when the soul today with all the gyan, with sitting with Baba, soul is watching the impact of the mind on the bodily sensations, right?
mm,
So, and it's very useful actually because what one has seen that at times this bodily sensation is also carrying the memory of I am Rini. Very subtly, a sense of
exactly, yeah,
humanness.
exactly. So somewhere it's in the feeling. It's I don't know how to even because it's so
It's
subtle
a smriti.
that
It's a
even
smriti.
even
Only
even
word.
before yeah even before it's coming in the body, it's there somewhere.
Yeah.
And
It's
that is when I could see that, okay, this is what it is and this is not me. Then
yeah,
that allowed me to separate myself from the body. Till then, to wo ho hi nahi pa raha tha. The body was feeling so me and mine.
yeah. And that is why mind and body, that is why mind and body is such a strong play, no? It is a combination. Mind is not acting on its own. Mind is using the body to make the experience feel
Yeah,
right.
that thought of Vipassana would make me feel run away. Oh my God, 10 days. कैसे possible है? Possible ही नहीं है.
Uh-huh.
How do people do it? It was something which was impossible.
Yeah.
But now it feels that it's so possible. And that was like that understanding. It could happen for this one only through the understanding. That everything that the mind is showing up is not me and mine. And then so this practice that every time जो बाबा कहते हैं अशरीरी का अभ्यास तो अशरीरी का अभ्यास मतलब हम यही तो उसमें कर रहे हैं ना कि वी आर माइंड से भी हम डिटैच हो रहे हैं और बॉडी से भी डिटैच हो रहे हैं तो ये दोनों साइमल्टेनियसली हो रही है.
Bilkul, bilkul. And that is why, like, I remember in Vipassana, the last day I cried so much, so much. And I did not have any gyan at that time.
What
But
they
there was
teach you, sister? Just would you just explain actually what they tell you, how to guide you
no,
to
there is this SN Goenka, somebody who's on the video 3 times a day. He comes on the video and he gives some lecture. And I will say there's merit in every aspect of every spiritual study, right? Some aspect, some namak missile truth is there in every aspect of every. I'm not going to put down any spiritual study because they can really help with Baba's knowledge to some extent. They can't help fully, but to some extent, they can help you understand Baba's knowledge.
this was a big help to observe your means it detached from your mind and observe your mind.
For
This is a
me,
big
yeah.
help.
So I remember that I would be able to observe my mind after Vipassana. So for me, detached observer was not a new practice when I came to Gyan.
But you only understood after you came to
But
Gyan.
complete understanding came with Baba's Gyan.
Because you got the power.
Yeah, but the thing is that
You knew the
detached
technique.
observer, I could see that. I mean, I remember even before coming into Gyan, there were certain situations where because I was not very, what do you call, pally-pally with everybody. Not very friendly in the sense, not too close with anybody. Yeah. And I was very straightforward. It's like if something was not right, I would just say it's not right at that time, according to whatever the understanding was. So somebody I remember, I was teaching yoga to them, and whatever money was coming from that, I was giving to charity. But what they did was they said, no, we've already given to charity, and they did not give me the check, right? And I said, no, I want to see if you've really given to charity. I don't want to just take your word. I want to know whether you've given to charity or you're just saying it. They really did not like it. Yeah. And so they started shunning me and avoiding me and didn't invite me to any parties or anything. They would invite everybody, and everybody would, why is Rini not invited? And this and that, and all of that was happening at that time. And I remember even at that time, I, the soul, could experience my bodily sensations, not with Gyan, but could I understand, but I could still feel that no, it's okay. I can still love that being. Because I'm not identified with my bodily sensations. I didn't know much, but I knew that I have this power, something which I did not know. I could not put my finger on it. But I could feel that something was released in that observation of the sensations of the body, which I did not know. Now, it's not like everybody who's doing Vipassana is experiencing the same. No, it's how much, with what intensity are you really even practicing that practice, yeah? Not everybody will experience that, but it's like I felt certain sense of certain things were released in that. That it did not bother me, and I could still feel respect and love for that soul. Yeah. So it's like when I came to Baba's knowledge, then it became so much more refined. And then I realized that, yes, now I understand why my journey unfolded the way it unfolded, however it unfolded.
Baba had a plan from before for you.
It's like each one has a plan recorded within them, right? For their own journey. I had my own plan recorded for my own journey, and it was there. And I really understood that, oh, this is how mind and body works together. Ah, this is how when I can separate my mind and body totally, and I am just a living light, because I did not know I'm light. But something about me, the light I was experiencing, but I did not know who I am. But I was just experiencing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just a suggestion that we could, I know it's not called practice, but the technique can be done in commentary in last 10 minutes. Maybe tomorrow we can all do it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, sure. Sure, we can start with that tomorrow.
Sister, what is that word you used that you said that it's not, it's somewhere in a feeling that you are
Smriti.
the body. It's just Smriti. Okay.
Yeah, it's a smriti that I am my body and mind.
It's recorded in the unconscious.
Yeah, it's so personal now to the soul. That soul is kind of so caught up in it. It's just to come out of that, you need to be out of mind and body both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why. So just silently know that you are that living light. You're not made up of any sensations that are present in the body. You're not made up of that. And you're not even made up of the changing sensations of thoughts in the mind and feelings and emotions in the mind. Sanskars in the mind. You're just a living light, observer of both. The changing phenomenon. And at times when you find that your mind is very wild and you're not able to know your truth, and somehow you're just getting pulled and pushed by the storms of the mind. And it's also reflecting in the body. That whole game of the storms of the mind is also impacting the body. Actually, it's very useful to sit with Baba and see this entire experience of mind and body separate from you. If nothing is helping, just observe those stormy sensations in the body with Baba. And know you are the light, living light. And it's just a change that is happening in the sensations. You will find even mind can sometimes just automatically calm down. Because when you're observing the sensations as a soul with Baba, thoughts dissolve, its impact dissolves. So in a way, you can play with both. Because you, the soul, is beyond both. And see it detached from you. Both mind and body. So then the fatigue, the tiredness, the heaviness of the body is not going to be an obstacle for you. It's just a change of sensations. Somewhere the mind is influencing the body, the heaviness of the thoughts and is influencing the body and making body feel heavy. So remember, sanskars are not by itself in thin air. They are combined with your body. That's what Baba is saying very clearly today. Sanskars stuck to the body. So know yourself as that living seed out of which this tree of mind and body has emerged. If body is the trunk, then the leaves and the branches and the things are the emotions and the feelings of the mind. But you are the seed. Just be that. Eternally, light is always light. It's not the lightness that comes and goes. It's the lightness of the soul, which is permanent, constant, changeless. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you, Baba.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Shanti Devi. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.